now, finding ways to win.
Roughriders 4-0 and leading after 3 quarters. They get it back in the hands of Rodriguez.
You think about, Chris, the Montreal game to start the season, 54-51. The Riders down by, I believe, 21 at one point in that game, come roaring back. They go into overtime, and there always just seems to be this air of confidence at this point in ball games for the Riders. They find a way to win games down the stretch. On the other hand, the Edmonton Eskimos in that huddle, what are they doing? This is where their leaders have got to step up. Rod Davis is down now. They're going to have him come out for 3 plays. But this is where the leaders step up and have to say, guys, we've been fighting through the bye, all the bad stuff that's happened. We have a chance here. We have a chance to turn our season around. You talked right out of the gate about Richie Hall saying, reboot the season.
Here's the fresh start.
And here's the fresh start. The game is on the table. Can be won by either team at this point. It's just the psychology of both these huddles very, very different.
Rod Davis getting some attention here.
And remember that the Edmonton Eskimo veteran, the guy who's taken this team to Grey Cup championships, is not going to be part of that reboot down the stretch here. The Edmonton Eskimos play Saskatchewan, back-to-back Calgary, 2 of the top teams in this league. If they can win one of those games even, that can turn your team around and your season around in a hurry. Because now, psychologically, is there a team that you can't beat if you knock off one of the 2 top teams in the league?
Javi Glad in for Rod Davis. Second down. And Durant going deep. He wants Dressler. And Lawrence Gordon makes the defensive play. Looked like Dressler was about a stride behind him, but Gordon's got blazing speed, and he caught up on the play.
That's exactly what it was. It's called make-up speed for defensive backs, because when Weston Dressler gets in behind Lawrence Gordon here, he's got a step and a half on him. But make-up speed, and that ball hung up there a little bit, slowing Dressler down, maybe just about 5 yards out of the range of Darian Durant with the way he had to roll there.
Gordon ran a 10.6 100 in high school, so the obvious nickname is Flash. And now the Eskimos on the Kelly Campbell return have the football.
Shout out to my homeboy killer, Marquis O'Flord, Jay Johnson, all the boys down in the house. Shout out to my family if y'all watching the game. Well, I know y'all watching it. I love all y'all.
Eskimos have the football at their 36.
Y'all got the camera on me, so I'm going to shout it out to everybody. One love.
And Jared Zabransky gets a chance to be a hero here.
Oh, yeah. This is what every young quarterback dreams of, this type of opportunity.
Biggest opportunity for him since the Fiesta Bowl, 2007. There's that shovel again. It has worked on occasion today, but not there. Again, Daniel Francis, the will linebacker, brings down Whitlock.
So the Saskatchewan Roughriders adjust. Here's what they do. Remember when the defensive ends, last time it was Mullender, this time it's Hawkins. There's Francis in here. They're adjusting this time. Hawkins is going to go straight to quarterback on this play. He goes to quarterback, and then the linebacker is going to be in charge, in this case Daniel Francis, of running back. So taking care of responsibilities defensively.
Second and long. Whitlock has released. Zabransky sends it downfield and almost intercepted by Tad Cornegay.
And it'll be either Ricky Ray or maybe Richie Hall who goes over to Jared Zabransky. Well, it's Jason Tucker. And say, you know what, there's 6:28 in this game. Don't flop the field with an interception, and Tad Cornegay can't believe it. I mean, Tad Cornegay, you've got to love his versatility. You know, if I may be exaggerating here, but I think if they lost all their quarterbacks, he might be the guy, because he's played almost every position.
Launched by Prefontaine. Here's Dorsey. And again, that cover team for the Eskimos has done a nice job to stuff Dominique Dorsey. Here's the line on Darian Durant. Since the 14-0 lead, the Roughriders had 10 possessions, 7 punts, a block punt, a fumble, and an interception. They haven't had a whole lot going since the first quarter.
You know, and his touchdown pass totals are dwindling as well. When you look at 5 touchdowns in game 1 versus Montreal, 6 in his last 6 games.
Direct snap was Cates. And Petway hanging on as play is halted. First time we've seen that from the Roughriders in this game. The direct snap to the running back.
You know, this looks like routine, but for Jeremy O'Day, the center, right there, this is tricky. I mean, he's got to now snap it just off to the right and kind of lead Wes Cates to the hole. He made it look easy. It's difficult.
14-year vet, Jeremy O'Day, 6-yard pickup, 2nd and 4. There's Fantuz, the catch. TJ Hill, the tackle, and it looks like it's going to be 3rd down Saskatchewan.
Not to mention that take a look and see how close they are here, but I just want to show you Jeremy O'Day again. I mean, you mentioned veteran of 14 years, and he's got to make that shotgun snap, block the linebacker, call the defensive front, give his quarterback time, and they're going to have to measure it. That's how close Fantuz got it. It's the quarterback of the offensive line is the center.
Now they're the length of a football short with under 5 minutes to go. 3rd down.
And usually, Chris, it's the center that the quarterback follows on plays like the one coming up.
Jason Claremont and Chris Zarka check in as tight ends on the jumbo team.
What's interesting about Saskatchewan's huddle, you know how unusual offensive huddles, everyone faces the quarterback? The O-line faces the D-line. Darian Durant talks in behind them.
And there he goes. The push is a good one again. Flag down behind O'Day and Chris Best. Good surge. And did the Eskimos give a yard?
Offside, Edmonton, number 94. It's a 5-yard penalty. 1st down, Saskatchewan.
Romero did not. Louis disagrees. It is a Rough Rider 1st down up across the 41. Durant on a roll, dumping it off, and it's intercepted. TJ Hill intended for Chris Zarka. And TJ Hill has his first interception, and now the Eskimos have the football, and it's going to be Ricky Ray coming on to try and pull this out for the Eskimos.
Yeah, our cameras and the great work of the truck, they got the fact that Ricky Ray was riding the bike during that offensive series by Darian Durant. Now TJ Hill with a big play defensively. Take a quick look at that. Darian Durant tries to aim this ball in there. Doesn't get really anything on it. Throws it out in front of Zarka, who was beat to the football. Now it's Ray.
5th turnover by the Rough Riders. The 3rd interception by Durant. Ricky Ray to Jamaica Rector. And Omar Morgan steps up to make the tackle. A gain of 4.
Interesting decision here. It really is. I mean, yes, you go with your veteran in the key point of the game, but he's also cold on the sideline. And you just get the idea that the Edmonton coaching staff were getting a little bit antsy with some of the decisions Jared Zabransky was making.
Zabransky provided a spark, but it was starting to stagnate. And let's see if Ray can pick it up. 2nd down, here comes pressure. Ray stands in, and he's got Kelly Campbell, and he dropped the football. Kelly Campbell, who dropped one in the end zone, which may have cost the Eskimos the game at Mosaic. Drops a ball that should have been caught for a first down.
Yes, it should have. And Ray steps up in the pocket to buy himself some time. The ball's a little bit low, but that hit right between the 7 and the 1, and Kelly Campbell's got to make that catch.
And there isn't a Ricky Ray critic that can put that one on the quarterback.
No, absolutely not. And it's a long field goal attempt with a returner in the end zone here.
Prefontaine trying to tie it up. Would be his longest of the year. And he's got it.
Money. Boy, that's it. That's having confidence in your veteran kicker. That's a long field goal attempt, and when you miss those, they're often returned the distance. And the veteran of 12 years, Noel Prefontaine, Jason Moss is the holder. It's down, a great hold, solid contact. Lots of football to be played here, and the game still on the line either way. But that's a money kick from that far out.
They were down by 14. They're back on even terms. Going to red. Rod Stressler in a battle, and incomplete. Jason Goss was in coverage. There is a flag back near the line, and tempers are boiling over. Adam Braidwood in the middle of it. And who draws the penalty flag on the field?
This is big because there was no call at the end of the play. In other words, no pass interference one way or another. And if Adam Braidwood got one after the fact, I'm not sure if he started or he was just involved in it. It looks like they're giving Edmonton the options. That means it's against the Riders.
Major foul, chop block.
Oh, that's why.
Saskatchewan, number 57. It becomes second down. Second down. Timeout, 3 minutes.
Called for the chop block, and the 3-minute warning given to the benches. Tie game. Now Commonwealth Stadium in an uproar here during the break. 2:43 left in a tie game. And there's Mark Paranto called for the chop block.
Yeah, interesting here because he's right here. There's Jeremy O'Day. There's Dario Romero. Now, Romero's going to go past Jeremy O'Day, and Mark Paranto is going to come back from behind and cut him down low. Chop block usually is when you're engaged with one player, another player from the side hits your legs low. Now, Paranto did hit him down low and from behind.
Loss of the down, so it's 2nd and 25. Back at the Rough Rider 20. Durant steps up. And underneath it goes to Rob Bagg, and Bagg will be pushed out after a gain of 16, but it's going to be 3rd down. Rough Riders going to have to kick it away. The Edmonton Eskimo faithful finally was something to cheer about here at home. And they are relishing the comeback, and will the home side complete it, or will the Rough Riders be able to regain their composure in this final 2.5? There's Rector. And again, good downfield cover. We've seen that throughout the game. Jarrell Freeman with the tackle. And our game story is brought to you by Mr. Lube.
Chapter 1, 3 picks for James Patrick. One of the biggest stories of this game was the play of Jared Zabransky. We saw flashes of greatness. We saw some inexperience, turnovers. We have 9 combined. You can tell it's been a wild game, but there's one chapter yet to be written in the game story. Ricky Ray back in. And
doesn't completion. Andre Talbot, with a big catch in the third quarter, has a first down grab here.
Well, you got to give Ricky Ray a lot of credit here, because he comes pulled off the bench, finds Andre Talbot, goes to a reliable receiver, and Andre Talbot puts the football away, covers it up as he's going down, no turnovers, gets out of bounds. And Ricky Ray's been sharp. Remember, it was Kelly Campbell's drop. He's been on the money since his return.
43rd consecutive start in this game, and it looks like number 44 might be in jeopardy next week. Ray can change that here. Went through his reads and finds the fullback, Matt Bertrand. Doesn't want to go down, and gets across midfield.
You remember when Aaron Fiacone, the center, gave Jared Zabransky a low snap, and he got antsy and he got happy feet in the pocket. Another low snap, but this time it's the veteran, Ricky Ray. Goes down, picks it up, eyes down the field the entire time. He's not taking his eyes off the coverage. Composed in the pocket, finds his safety valve. There's a difference between experience and a veteran, a rookie and a veteran.
2nd and 3. Flags fly. Movement along the line, and that's a costly penalty.
And those are the ones that this is what I talked about with just what's going on in the minds of these two teams. One is confident in these situations. One is just scratching and crawling to try and find it. And those are the mistakes you make.
Edmonton, number 51. It's a 5-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
That's on the center, Aaron Fiacone.
Teams that are looking to take that next step, they make mistakes like that.
So instead of 2nd and 3, 2nd and 8. And it looks like they may have been offside. No flag, and a great catch, Jason Barnes.
You're right, there was movement at the line of scrimmage. I thought there was going to be a flag as well, but there wasn't one. They all got back. We've seen this before from Jason Barnes. That layered seam route, timing good, the ball a little high, and he goes up, climbs the ladder, exposes his ribs, and comes down with maybe the catch of the game for Edmonton so far.
That gets them into Prefontaine field goal range. Whitlock, going to prove that. Marquis Whitlock now down to the 34, so close to 4.
Here's that debate that you have in sports bars across the country at this time. You want to grind it out. You need one more first down. Do you get too conservative because you don't want to leave too much time on the clock for Darian Durant and then go and try and kick the field goal?
They need 6.
This is where head coaches earn their money. And I mean, conventional wisdom, go try and score. But we're 1 and 6.
Into the final minute. Whitlock, conservative. And they're going to be at least a yard short, closer to 2 yards away from the first down. And you would think that the field goal team has to come on.
That's the decision for Richie Hall. Play conservatively, go to the run game. You know you've got field goal range. Put the pressure back on it in Saskatchewan's court by going ahead if Prefontaine makes it. Richie Hall wants to know exactly how far he has to go, I think.
Richie Hall is sending out the offense, and Prefontaine's coming back.
Oh,
and they're not going to kick the winning points. 37 yards out, clock running.
Oh, boy.
And I don't understand this.
Neither.
Unless they're just running the clock.
They have to be. There's no way that Richie Hall is gambling. I mean, it is almost 3 yards. It's a long 2. It's a long 2. Yeah, there's no way.
Okay.
He's just running the clock down.
Roughriders called the timeout.
Now they're just trying to put a little more pressure on Prefontaine.
Boy, that's interesting because Prefontaine clearly came off the field. The offense went back on. Then the Roughriders called their timeout.
But a few seconds came off the clock before they did.
Yeah.
Oh, they're putting a couple more back on.
Yeah, they're back up to 41 on the clock.
Okay.
Well, if they would have been stopped on third down, Richie Hall might not have got out of town. Now for the lead. Prefontaine got it. The Edmonton Eskimos have scored 17 unanswered points. And they're 37.2 seconds away from a major upset.
Yes, and they're celebrating like the upset is already over, that it's complete, but it's not. There's 37 seconds left on the clock, and Darian Durant has found some magic before. He's come from behind many times, but back-to-back enormous kicks for this franchise when you think about where they are right now, coming in at 1-6 to be able to knock off one of the top teams. It's not quite done yet.
Riders have been shut out for over 45 minutes. Over the middle, incomplete. Wanted Wes Cates up near midfield.
Talking possibly 6, 7 plays. Richie Hall now has to determine if he's going to send pressure at Darian Durant or make him throw it underneath and move it down the field.
Durant looking to the sidelines. Is it a catch? No. Incomplete. Weston Dressler unable to come up with it. And now they're down to 1 play.
Boy, and he made it close, though. Dressler on the sideline. That ball right out to the sideline. He gets it there, and just as he hits that white stripe, Richie Hall right there, the first guy to wave that one off.
Well, the Rough Riders know they're in enemy turf right now. It's loud. 3rd and 10. Bouncing around. Anybody there? Down the sidelines. Incomplete. No flag. And the Edmonton Eskimos have stunned the Saskatchewan Roughriders. The 6th turnover of the game for Saskatchewan.